Hi, I'm Leigh Ann, the Director of Education at the Squam Lakes Association. I'm glad you are joining me to explore the wonders of the Squam Lake watershed. Today we'll be exploring an unlikely carnivore. Take a moment to picture in your mind a carnivore. Maybe something with big teeth capable of biting into its prey comes to mind. Perhaps a coyote. I'm guessing a plant wasn't the first thing you thought of, but there are actually over 600 species of carnivorous plants on Earth, and even a few that live in the Squam Lakes watershed. The reason plants evolved to be carnivores is because of the environments where they grow. They are often found in bogs, wetlands, or swamps, whose soils lack nutrients. So having the ability to capture insects ensures that the plant gets the nutrients it needs to grow. All carnivorous plants have three things in common. They capture and kill prey, have a mechanism to help digest their prey, and derive a significant benefit from the nutrients obtained from their prey. Carnivorous plants' prey includes insects, spiders, crustaceans, small vertebrae like lizards, mice, rats, frogs, and microscopic animals living in the soil and water. They are not called insectivorous plants because no carnivore will turn down a good meal based on type. Meat is meat or food is food, and they will consume whatever comes their way. It's also important to note that carnivorous plants never use their flowers as traps, but have evolved modified leaves to capture their prey. In New Hampshire, you can find pitcher plants, sundews, and bladderworts, and we will take a look at all three. If you have hiked along the swamp boardwalk at Chamberlain Reynolds Memorial Forest, you may have come across some pitcher plants. Pitcher plants look as their name implies, and have reddish-green pitcher-shaped leaves usually partially filled with water and are lined with downward-pointing hairs, which helps prevent insects that fall in from climbing out. This type of trap is also called a pitfall trap, and there are many different species of carnivorous plants that use this method. In New Hampshire, you will find the purple pitcher plant or northern pitcher plant, which is the most widespread pitcher plant found in North America, all the way from Florida to Canada. The colored red lip of the pitcher and a sweet smell helps attract insects who fall into the pitcher. Interestingly, the plant itself has no digestive juices, but it is the perfect home for numerous microorganisms that help aid in digestion, and the visitors that don't fall into the pit might poop into the pitcher, all of which is broken down by microorganisms, turning that rainwater into a sort of compost tea, full of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, which are lacking in the soil. Pitcher plants have very interesting flowers that are large purplish red flowers with 5 petals and droop or nod and look a little like an umbrella. They flower May through July, so look for them along the swamp walk at Chamberlain Reynolds. If you find yourself in the water, beware, for there are some aquatic carnivorous plants lurching about as well. But lucky for us, we aren't on their menu. In New Hampshire lakes, you might find bladderworts, which is the only carnivorous plant with a true trap door or suction trap to catch its prey. They are often found floating around as mats of long, slender, flexible fan-like branches with little bladders or sacs, which if squeezed will pop. These little bladders have tiny trigger hairs that look like insects' antennae, and when touched will cause the trap door to open and suck in the organism, which is then digested by enzymes and acids. Bladderworts resemble variable milfoil, an invasive plant, which the SLA has devoted tons of time removing. So to be sure that it's not milfoil and is indeed a bladderwort, Look for those small circular air sacs or bladders that are green, brown, or clear and make that popping noise when squeezed. When still attached to the bottom of the lake, bladderwort plants grow to be between 2 to 3 feet, and they can contain hundreds of bladders ranging from 2 to 4 millimeters in diameter, and bladderworts flower June through September. The flowers are found along stalks, which may have anywhere from 6 to 20 small pink to yellow, snapdragon-like flowers that emerge several inches out of the water or mud. I've never seen flowering bladderwort, so I'll be on the lookout and will let you know if I find some with a follow-up post. Another crafty carnivorous trick to catch prey is by a fly paper or sticky trap. The round leaf sundew, which is found in bogs and marshes, like around Black Mountain Pond, creates a sticky juice from the reddish hairs that look like dewdrops, but to a small critter like an ant or fly are a death sentence. Once trapped, the glands on the leaf secrete digestive enzymes, breaking down the insect, and the nutrients are absorbed right through the leaf. You might find the exoskeleton left behind on the leaves from previous meals. Sundews are tiny and can be very tricky to find, but once you spot them, your eyes will be able to locate the small, round, 1.5 centimeter long, bright green leaves with reddish, sticky hairs growing among the moss. Look for sundews' tiny, 6 millimeter wide, white or pink flowers, June through August. Watch out for those carnivorous plants waiting silently for their next meal as you are out exploring the Squam Lake's watershed. I hope you'll share your pitcher plant, sundew, and bladderwort photos, videos, and stories with us, and stay tuned for the next episode of Squam Watershed Wonders.